How y'all folks doing? Welcome to the cable company. This is my NASA. I want to dedicate this to all Rocketeers, to Bob and Tony Rebels, for their contributing to the Apollo mission. And this is, if you can see right here, there. That right there is Mr. Rebels right there. He was a scientist, and he worked on the his job was to turn a spaceship. Him and 500 scientists, or however many there was in his little group. Each one of them had different groups, And his job was to turn the spaceship in zero gravity. Okay, so that's what they accomplished, and that's when Neil Armstrong said this. There is a giant leap, giant leap for mankind. So we can go. We're going out into the universe, and I know that a lot of people have told me, and even now, even today, with all the knowledge that we have, they believe that it's all science fiction. It's all make believe, but I assure you that it's not. I have too much proof that says it's not. This is the transporter. One of the transporters that they use to run the Thor out there, the ship. And you can see the ship in the background back there, the rocket back there. They brought these ships, they brought these rockets. They created them in Alabama, and they brought them down to into Cape Kennedy, down to our president. John F. Kennedy, he started it. 16 days he was in office, and he had said, he put us out there. Russia, the Soviet Union, they was way ahead of us. They sent a 6-ton ship out there into space, and it blew everybody's mind. I don't think we had, I don't think we had but 1 million pounds of thrust at the time. I don't even think we had that. I think it was less than that. He wanted 1 million pounds of thrust, because I remember reading that. He got all over everybody. He Dr. DeBus, and I think some of us went over that the other day. But he was the one that he's the one that he taught his teachers. He was so smart, and he's the one that picked out the Cape Kennedy, and at the time it was the largest facility that they had for space travel. It had the 3 pads, and they went out there. They went out there on a limb. They had 17,000 acres. I think it's about 83 or something like 1,000 acres now. But this is an Air Force photo. You can see in the back, in the documentation and all that on there. As always, I just wanted to tell you, as always, there's nothing that I have. It's all been declassified. If you know me as you know me, I'd never put anything out there that would jeopardize. This is old news. Everybody's got it, and if you're interested in it, this is where they put 2 and 2 together and make 3. Okay, but this is these artists. I've got some artist pictures, and I've got some of the real ones. I just thought I would show you a few of these right here. I promise y'all I would show you something, some of this, and I want to dedicate this. I want to also dedicate this to my girl, Lisa Ringer. Lisa Ann Ringer is her name, and she died. She died at the hands of Northeast Georgia Medical Association. Okay, they made her an organ donor. Okay, and she didn't want to be one. Okay, here's an artist This is a this one here. I haven't looked at it in a long time, but it's unclassified. So there's nothing. Mr. Rebels, he took me back and forth to work, back way back. He took me back and forth to work, and he had no problem talking about any of this. Anything I ever wanted to know, he would tell me, and he was just really a smart man. He just this is they use they use aerosol. Like aerosol cans. They squirt. And that's how they turn the spaceship. If anybody didn't know that, there you go. There you go. Look at that right there. I seen on there. They said that they sold a moon rock where I think that's something $600,000 or something like that. That's I don't understand that. It's hard to believe, man, because I've got a fact sheet. They spent it costs like $1 million or something like that to send the suckers up there. I don't know why they got a 5-ton rock. They brought this one here. The Thor is that ship. They cranked that sucker, that motor. They cranked that sucker out there in space with that. But they got this is from this is Aerojet. Aerojet was a big time it was really a big time company, and as you know, General Motors in Michigan, they helped build these Redstones and the Jupiters, and but this is just some of the stuff that I have, and I thought maybe some of you might be interested in it. But they got a 5-ton rock, they got a 5-ton rock off the moon, and they brought it down here, and they dissected it. I was looking for it. I had to dig it. It's in one of my boxes I got, but I couldn't find it today for this. I got the dogs all outside. I got them quiet, I hope. This is I get this for you, and you can freeze it maybe and get to read it if you want to. But these are they brought this rock. I got when they dissected that rock, they tore it all apart and looked at it and all. But the thing that I was wanting to know is somebody out there that's my classification is pretty high. He's really up there. But it's not the highest. I guess the president or somebody else knows why. But why did we take the 5-ton rock back? That's what I want to know. They took that rock back, and so that is kind of crazy, though. That's what when I seen that the moon rock was for sale, I said, well, that's I don't understand that. Unless somebody else, some other country or whatever, they did get it. I know the moon has moved 2 centimeters away from Earth in the 50 years. I'm 54 now, but in the 54 years, 50 years, it's moved 2 centimeters away from Earth. Okay, the sun's pulling it. And, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about space junk, and actually, that is the one that's got Ed on it. I had to change the titles on 60 and number 65. My numbers are different than the ones that got on YouTube, so when I say don't say, oh, there's something crazy about it. Well, it gets messed up sometimes when you put it on there, and they don't accept it. The video that didn't come on right or something. I get confused, and I'm losing my mind, and I'm making a lot of mistakes, and that's why it's better for me to read the stuff to you than try to get it out of my memory anymore, because my memory is it's not too good anymore. But anyway, I changed the titles on them. The videos, excuse me, the videos are the same, but I imagine that we have. We have, you have different people have different interests and all, and the one that was the, I think it's the martial law. I think that is number 65. The titles were just, I put the wrong. I'm sorry, I had put the wrong title. Videos are still there. I didn't mess with it. I just put the titles right, so you'll see that. You'll see that. Well, I changed that. I tried to fix that, so. Because I just now noticed that it was done like that, and but anyway, I just wanted to show you a few. I just want to show you a little bit of what I got, and you can see what I got, and this is a certificate, that Mr. Rebels got. He was a good man, he really was. He bonded me out. I got a DUI, back in my drinking days, and, I don't drink anymore, but, I did, and, I'm just like everybody. I let it get to me, but, he took me back and forth to work, and he bonded me out, and he got, I gave him one of my guns to bond me out, and then, he wouldn't give it back. And I said, you know what, hell, give me back my gun. He said, you can forget about that gun. I said, okay, well, I didn't have no choice. I had to. But no, all men by these presidents that Robert B. Rebels was present at the launching of America's first two-man orbital flight. And this was from Cape Kennedy on March the 23rd, 1965. And he shook hands with the President of the United States, and that means something to me. That was pretty special for him. He stood up for me one time. Police had me handcuffed, and he said, "Well, you take him to jail, you're gonna have to take me to jail." And and I thought that was pretty cool. He just shot me too. He told me he'd shoot me, but it works both ways. And, anyway, I didn't divorce him. I divorced his little girl, but that's. But anyway, I'd have married him probably. That's just the way I love space, and it's always been a part. He was just. And Miss Rebels, she was. She was in charge of the secretarial pool. She got all the secretaries there. She was a Rocketeer too. These are just some pictures I got. I got some. There's another one here. This is just different things of them. Let's see. This is just different. I told you I'd show you some of the different ships and stuff, and but I don't have anything set up good. This is on picture that I've got. And I don't. This is all. This is original stuff here. But don't anybody call me or nothing, or write me or nothing about I need to turn this into a museum or whatever. I have people that it's mine, okay. Just be glad that I'm showing it to you. It's I just don't. I really don't care about selling it. I would if I had a guarantee that somebody would help me get Lisa's grandbaby law. That they'd help me get it passed. You know, if I could have that, if I could have that guarantee, I would release this to the. I would release this. But the only way that you're gonna see these now is if I do it like this right here. It's not gonna go in a museum unless I build it. This is mine, and I just be happy that I'm showing it to you. I've got a lot of good. I got a lot of pictures of John Glenn and Neil Armstrong and here's just these are the our first ships. You know how see how everything's going. You see what we got now. This was 19 and I believe this was in 1960. These are in somewhere around in the 1960s. And you can see that. I'll let you look at that too, right there, and you can see it's 1960. And it's been, all this has been declassified. This is, it's just, it's working on it's working on the boosters. Right there's, these are all original pictures. They had Kodak, but Kodak, the government had it first, and this was in 1959. This is the second stage on the missile 9C. This is, it's unclassified. This is Aerojet receiving an inspection of the Able Star second stage of transit. Okay, if you can see that, right there. There's another one. Okay, you see that? Here's some of the. This is the Gemini. I talk a lot about the Gemini. It's actually it's a Saturn. The Saturn is the one I think is turning out to be the Saturn that is our number one that got us into space the best. Goes with the crawler. The crawler was about. It doesn't have it here, but I got a detailed report of the crawler. I can read it to anybody if you're interested in it. This is the lunar. Okay, this is a picture there. But the crawler is diesel, and it run on diesel, and it cost like $8 million or something like that. I have to read it to you. And like I said, I can't be sure in my mind anymore. But this was in 1961. This is the construction. And it going on with this. And here's another one. Here's another. Look at them old trucks and old trucks and cars. You see that? Ain't that cool? And the crawler is what helped. That got the Apollo out there and took it out to the pads. Where they can, because the salt and in the salt air and it didn't. They could take care of it. They could build it. Take care of it. These were high dollar machines. And they kept them inside. And that crawler brought it out to the pad. And this is the United States Air Force Hospital. Okay, what this is here. This is the hospital. The report. Well, the doctor, this is a surgeon. These is a real surgeon. They work for they were in the military, and they took care of John. When John Glenn, he landed out there in the Bay, in the Houston Bay area, and when he landed out there, he was in charge of making sure that that John Glenn was okay, and and there was a soldier that he had his appendix busted. Okay, and while his appendix is busted, the captain let John Glenn stay in his quarters, or vice versa, and they put the soldier. That surgeon took care of him too at the same time. So this is in 1959. This is you can see that you ought to see there. I got a picture. I got one of them. I'll bring out some more pictures of. You should have seen their spacesuits. They look like they were bug sprayers or something. It's really wild compared to what we got now. And then this is this one is in 1959. You see the difference in the size of the rockets and all. This is the erection of the second stage. This is still the Thor. That Thor. That's a major deal. The Thor is. Like I said, they cranked it up. They cranked that sucker up out in space. That's amazing. When you don't have no air, and it's sealed inside itself. They got all these pictures right here are inside and they're stapled in. They're inside here. Well, I'll pull one out for you. But they're in the little individual one. This is in 1960. This is the Air Force Missile Test Center on Patrick Air Force Base, Florida. And I guess I can put that in there. I'll put that back later. Okay. This is time's running quick in it. I'm so sorry. It's 1963. This is an artist's conception. They have a lot. This is the Saturn. This is the Saturn. And then this one here is they had balls. Aerojet they throw balls for NASA. And this is an Aerojet Journal Corporation. This is an office member. Okay, all Aerojet employees. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see this right there. This is the subject is Telstar payload presentation. There will be a Telstar payload presentation at the Cocoa Motel on Friday, July the 6th, between the hours of 4:30 and 6 o'clock p.m. for employees and their families. You're all are cordially invited by AT&T and DAC, okay? And C.R. Scarborough, Delta Test Engineer, Technical Service Division, Aerojet General Corporation. That was an invitation to come to one of their balls. Excuse me. This one here is July the 5th, okay, in 1962, if you see that right there. And this one here is as announced in Sunday's Orlando Centennial, the Telstar display at the Cocoa Motel will be open to the public at 1900 hours Friday, July the 6th. I wanted to reaffirm to you that the display will be open in advance from 1630 to 1900 on Friday for employees of the NASA, FFB, Doc, AJ, and Rocket and their families. There have been several questions raised about the Telstar party on Friday, July 6th. To clarify the situation, the party is intended to be informal. Dress accordingly. Normal dress restrictions within the club proper will apply. The dressing room will be available for swimmers and a lifeguard will be on duty. A dance floor and music are on the agenda. See you there. Original signed by H. Nelson on Up in Grove. Up in Grove. Isn't that neat? I love history, man. I love anything to do with it. And that's what, I got Lisa in, she was wanting to go to see some of our and then, okay, well, it's getting down to, it's about 25 minutes there, and people, I know, everybody's in such a hurry. Nobody really cares about doing anything anymore, listening to this. This here is about the tire. Let's see, this here is, this is, okay, launching, this is just in launching order. There you go. I'll do some more for you, okay? And let me cut this one down, okay? Hi, Mitchell Aaron Note Senior, 301 Harbert Valley Road, Toccoa, Georgia, 30577. Write me today. Tell me what's on your mind. I'm going to tell you what's on mine. All right, don't forget about Lisa and Lisa's grandbaby Law. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm doing this. It's all for Lisa, all about Lisa, okay? She was an organ donor and she didn't want to be. Help me pass this law and you ain't got to worry about them stealing your organs, okay? All right then. Come back and see me.